I know.
Crazy.
I know. I mean,
Good one.
Who knew you could put that many carrots in there?
No idea.
I think we're live. Hey, everybody.
Oh.
Welcome back. Welcome to the Yard Sale Artist Studios for another episode of More Yard Sale. Not so much art. Let me zoom in a little bit on my co-host before we start looking at the scores that have been found in this last week on my yard sale adventures, but we'll get into that. First of all, we have Jeff, who's given himself, not Jeff, who's given himself a 3.
I said there's 3 of us.
Oh, okay. I would have ranked you higher. I don't. Okay, but
if I'm ranking us, then it's a solid.
Hello, formerly Robbie. Welcome to the chat. It's a solid 1. Okay. So we've got Not Jeff, which is AKA Rick, and he runs the Unpacking the Power of the Power Pack podcast. Woo, I rolled that off the tongue. He's got his Power Pack shirt on. I'm rocking the Turtles. I think Delvin's got a Green Lantern shirt. So we are nerded up.
Nice.
Hey, that's a nice Sheldon shirt you got there.
There we go. Double fist bump on that one. Double fist bump. There we go. There we go.
I can only fist bump this way. Jarrod.
So there we go. That's Rick. Welcome back, Rick. It's always fun to have you here. I love your insights, even when you're terribly, terribly wrong about George Hamilton, Evel Knievel movies.
Common.
That's very specific. I'd also like to welcome back Mr. Delvin the Dark Web Williams from the Longbox Crusade Network, and he hosts his own show called Transformers Chronicles. I don't know if there's any Transformers items in today's yard sale bag, but welcome back, Delvin.
Why am I here then?
I'm not sure.
So
I see we've got a fair amount of watchers out there, and that's great. We welcome you guys come into the chat. We're going to be going through my yard sale scores. In fact, let me change the screen so that you guys can see them better. Welcome to the Palatial Yard Sale Artist Studios, where I cop some Z's right over here. There's a picture of Timothy Dalton. I have one in every room of the house. And then, of course, I got my Longbox Crusade repping banner right there. But anyway, this is the show where I'm going to go through some of my yard sale finds that I scored over the past week. It's been a busy week, boys. It has been a busy week.
Whew.
I hit up a library sale. So we're going to get a ton of DVDs. I bought the library sale. I hit up the Christian Mission. I hit up the Goodwill warehouse sale and some yard sales. So it's been busy. And I kept track of everything I spent, like I always do. And then I added up the items. So what we're going to be looking at today comes in at around 32 cents an item is the average price. So keep that in mind when we give our feedback. 32 cents an item for everything I'm going to be showing you on today's More Yard Sale, Not So Much Art. Welcome to the chat, Green Lantern HG. It's always nice to see you. I hope you and formerly Rod Line are playing nicely over in the chat. It looks like you are. And Rod Line said, yard sales in a pandemic. Oh, the humanity. They just started having yard sales back in my area. My area, I live in a sleepy little town in southern Alabama. It didn't get struck very hard, thank God, from the pandemic. So our stuff is basically, everything's basically open back up now with some limited features, but yeah, yard sales are happening. And it's a great time to be a yard sale person because during the quarantine is when people were cleaning their houses and deciding to get rid of things. And so anyway, let's just get into it. All right, guys, you ready for the first item for the day?
let's do it.
Give me some hints. Let's what we got.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to movies in a minute. The first item I bought for 32 cents was a Cisco Valet wireless router. 32 cents.
Is that still useful?
Yes. Totally works.
I recently used an old one of mine as just a switch. So I turned it off all the Wi-Fi, turned it into a switch so I could expand out my Ethernet connection.
Yes, if you can do that. It's got 4 ports of hardwire in the back. I'm considering running this out to my bigger studio, the building. I've got a wireless router out there that soaks. It's a repeater. It soaks up the signal from the house and rebroadcasts out the building. It's fun. It's a repeater. You got me. You got me. I see what's happening.
I'm sorry, what?
So I'm considering hardwiring this out there, or I might just flip it on eBay. I'm not sure. We'll see. All right, next item up. 32 cents. I got the unopened Lego City tow truck set.
Does either Jordan or Jay like Legos?
I had to hide this from them because when I bring Legos in the house, they are Lego crazy kids. They would know.
Yeah.
And I considered like, oh, I'll just give it to them, right? And I looked it up on eBay. This sucker sells for about $100. That's why I had to hide it. Shh, I hope they're not watching the broadcast.
If they are, you're gonna walk out the room and Jordan's just gonna be like,
"You."
That's it.
Best.
George
just hit the comments. George just hit the comments. Damn it. That's my son. It's $100, son.
Busted.
Your papa's gotta make the profit, son. That's my own son, Colin. Oh yeah. But formerly Rodline's down with it. He gave it a score. All right. So we're getting through some of the stuff. Then we'll get into the stack of movies. But I got some good stuff. I think you guys will appreciate this because I know you're both a little bit into video games. 32 cents each. Average price, like I said. We got 2 Wii U Zelda games: Breath of the Wild and Twilight Princess.
Nice.
You have a Wii, yes? Jarrod?
I do. I have a Wii U.
Have you beaten those games?
I have beaten both of these games. Twilight Princess originally came out on the GameCube, and I beat it there. And this game I did already own and beat on the Wii U. So that's definitely going to be a resale. I'm struggling with, am I going to keep this and play it again on the Wii U, or am I just going to, I don't know. I might resell. I don't know. It's hard for me to give up Zelda games. I'm a big fan.
Nice.
So you guys Zelda guys?
I am the original. I have not kept up on my gaming systems, so I do not have the Wii U, but I've wanted to play Breath of the Wild because I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it is a fine game. I really enjoyed it. Zelda?
Man, I think the only Zelda I beat was the first one. And not even both sides of it, because they did a B side where they moved everything
around. Yeah,
I could never find Castle 7 on that B side.
Oh, you're like one of the few people I know that even got that far. Like after I beat it the first time, I was like, I'm not gonna go find it.
Yeah, I looked everywhere for that thing. I couldn't find it, and at the time I was playing it, there was no Google.
Yeah, I had to figure that stuff out.
Yeah, there was no Reddit feed that told you where it was. Like
it was Nintendo Power.
That's right.
No, there was Nintendo Power, of course, but if they didn't talk about it, you were just stuck like Chuck.
He was like, I don't know.
I have pulled out my old Nintendo, the original Nintendo, and I have put back in Zelda, and I've been playing that.
Nice.
Time to time.
For you. Good for you. Good
for
you. Yes.
and put it in there just right.
Yeah. You don't just shove it all the way back and sometimes.
I went all in and got one of the harder to find top loading NESs because they tend to play better without having to do all that. Those came out near the end of the NES life cycle. The Super NES, I think, was already on the market. But anyway, this is not a Nintendo show, but I do love talking about this stuff.
That's part of it, isn't it?
We
want to see what you got? Well,
sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of what we got, a Calvin and Hobbes book that my son actually didn't have.
Bam!
Look at that. Oh, yeah. We love Calvin and Hobbes in this house, and I introduced Cool Cabbage to it. And he's just commented, by the way. I believe he's already read this book cover to cover, and I picked it up, I want to say, yesterday.
Nice.
So, yes.
Calvin Hobbes is great.
Oh, yes. I'm going to go on a limb and say it is my favorite all-time newspaper strip comic.
It's quite possibly one of the best ones ever made.
I'm big on that. I'm big on the Far Side.
Yep.
But, 32 cents, man. Come on.
Oh, no, that's...
Come on. I think this about rounds out our collection because I've been finding these slowly over the last couple of years at yard sales and stuff. And I think, I think Cool Cabbage, aka my son, I think he's got a complete collection now. I'm sure he can sound out in the chat if he's missing anything.
What's up with formerly Rod line?
What do you say? What happened?
Better than Ziggy?
He says, man, he's going all in on Ziggy versus Cal.
Wait, how old is formerly Rod line? 74, 75, possibly?
Oh,
man.
Well,
hate.
All right, here we go, boys. I'm considering sending this to Jason. It's not exactly.
That's a flag, isn't it?
What? It's not a flag. This is from the Disney movie Planes, the Disney Pixar movie. You see the little eyes on it. And then it's kind of cool. I'll be honest with you. I bought it strictly for resale because it resells pretty well. It's a aircraft carrier that opens up, and then you can store your planes in it, your little plane characters.
Now that's you should have kept that as a joke, man, and just sent that over to
send that to Jason.
She's like, I got you your flag.
Well, the flag is spelled PHLAG. It's a flag.
Close.
For planes.
Oh, welcome to the chat, Courtney Holland. You know you're always welcome here. Yeah, but there you have it. And again, this was strictly for resale because I've sold a couple of these before. They sell pretty well. If you're watching the show because you like to yard sale and resell, this with the planes and everything will probably do $30 to $40. So the Pixar toys do pretty well because there's collectors for it out there. My kids certainly played with them, but they're really quite Lego kids at this point. They've kind of left everything behind. It's just pretty much Legos and video games. Guys, we're almost to movies. I got just a couple more non-movie things. Delvin, this is for you. Got the 2000-2009 Auburn University Marching Band CD, still sealed, by the way. Delvin and I went to Auburn University, so this means only something to us.
I'm surprised that it was able to sell for so cheap. I mean, because everyone loves the band so much. They're awesome.
Delvin has a long-standing disdain is too strong of a word.
They're
complicated relationship with our band. Our band is boring. They're talented and they're wonderful, but they just don't ever try anything bold.
Okay.
There's just no soul in it. There's a reason that every time that if we play an Alabama A&M or Alabama State and they give them 7.5 minutes and still the entire crowd is like, what? Yeah, this is how bad you sound. And then Auburn comes, it's like, and we're playing the Flintstones.
Let's just say Auburn is an exceptional band. I mean, I'm proud of our band. I want to be clear on that. It's an exceptional band, and they're tops, I'm sure, in the 1950s. But that's kind of the gear they've been in ever since then.
The compliment that you gave them, tops, is perfect because that is an old-timey comment.
An old-timey phrase, yeah. They're top drawer. They're aces. In my opinion.
They're
23 could do.
They are fab, folks.
I want to welcome John Beatty to the chat, our friend of the show and longtime comic book legend is here. And I'm not. He's making jokes. He said, "Be careful, Delvin. I'll sell this before you can get it. Ask Ron," which is an ongoing joke of how, for some reason, I've either accidentally sold or almost sold things out from under Ron that he's already paid for. So, anyway,
that's a friend.
I don't know why it's always Ron, but I think we've got that fixed. All right, couple of books, and then we're going to get to these movies. Interesting book finds. Let me pull these books out of here. Okay, couple of books. I don't know. Rick.
Yeah.
Are you a Star Wars book guy?
I've read a few. I have not read that one, though.
There's a part of a Young Jedi Knights. I saw Kevin Anderson. I know he's a good writer.
Okay.
It's in pretty decent shape, which means I don't think I can tear pages out of it and draw. If it was busted up, I could.
Check. Do you have enough Star Wars books in your collection?
I do. I do have a fair amount of busted Star Wars books. So I don't know if this
pass it on.
If this is a if this is a popular book. If anybody in the chat knows anything about Star Wars novel universe, what do you think of Young Jedi Knights? Got a pretty good drawing of the Emperor's eyes and Luke on there. It's got that little bit of a foil. See that foil effect?
I do.
It's a pretty cover.
Most of those books are. Most of those books are.
John is wondering in the chat if I got another Evil Knievel movie. The odds are low, John. The odds are low.
There ain't that many that can be out there.
No. I mean, I've broken every bone in my body trying to find another one. That's the only Evil Knievel joke I have.
Jokes.
Okay, guys, get ready. I got some cool stuff for you. As far as
Courtney wants to know if this is Jeff or Rick, and it's not Jeff.
It's not Jeff. That's all you need to know.
That's what it says right there. Not Jeff.
Walking Dead fans out there, I found this book by Robert Kirkman himself with a little help from Jay Bonasinga. It's a Walking Dead novel called Rise of the Governor. And apparently it tells you the entire backstory of the governor. If you remember him from about season 3 of Walking Dead, an entire novel telling his backstory. And I thought, well, that's rather fascinating. I like Walking Dead. And I didn't even know there was like expanded novels for the series. Either of you Walking Dead fans?
Not really. I enjoyed the first season. I've read a few of the books, and last time that Image did their big signing event up in Vancouver, Washington, I went to that, and I met Robert Kirkman. So
very cool.
I've read the first 5 trade paperbacks of the Walking Dead story. I've watched maybe a little bit of a couple of the seasons, but that was years ago. That's about my extent.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. I've never really gone down the path of being a big fan.
I'm kind of like Delvin. I read the first 2 compendiums, those big fat compendiums. I read the first 2. I have the third one. I just haven't started yet. And I was watching it on Netflix, and I probably did about 9 seasons or so, and I enjoyed it. But at that point, I just kind of faded out of it. No particular reason. I just distracted by other things. But I thought this was a little fascinating. According to Lloyd in the chat, there are 3 books in the set. So I'm just going to throw a question out to Lloyd. He can get back to us on that. Are they all governor related, or are they each character kind of gets its own expansion? So let us know, Lloyd, and appreciate the intel. Lloyd, by the way, is another huge yard sale flipping kind of guy like I am. So we're always tweeting and messaging each other about these kind of things. So thanks for the intel, Lloyd. Let us know more about the other 2 books if you know. All right. Speaking of books, what do you guys know about Runaways by Marvel?
Oh, yes. I have them all.
Okay. Yep. The novels?
Not the novels. I just have all the trade paperbacks. I like them a lot.
All right. This is a novel I saw, and I know of Runaways. I saw Marvel, so I was always already kind of like, oh, this is interesting comic book stuff. Let me see what's what. And then I saw Christopher Golden. He's written a trilogy of X-Men novels that I've read.
Yes, he has. He has written a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of books by Christopher Golden.
Yeah, he's pretty prolific. I see his name pop up. So I thought, give it a try. I was hoping that there'd be missing pages or something so I could tear pages out and draw on it. But again, it's in really good shape. So what I'll probably do is attempt to sell it. And if nobody buys it, then it might meet with an accident and then end up in my drawing.
You might be able to get some good secondhand salvage off of that by doing the drawings, and there's enough Runaway fans out there that might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I'll make it valuable one way or another. If someone is really interested in the book, I'll sell it to them. And if and then sometimes people ask me, I've had this done before. 2 people will buy a book and then just ask me to do a sketch of a character like here.
Right.
Yeah.
I've done that before too. So.
Christopher Golden's bothering me here. I know that he's done something that I really, really like, and I know that the X-Men books, I've read those and I've got those, but I know there's something else that's bothering me. So move on. I'll come back to me.
Well, look that up. Lloyd has come back to say that all 3 books center around the governor. How interesting. They got 3 novels out of that. Is impressive. Apparently Kirkman had a story to tell, that he wanted to expand, and I think that's fascinating. I think this is the last of our books, and we're going to go into a ton of movies. Yeah,
Christopher Golden has done a lot of comic book related novels as well as some of his own. And it's hitting me because of the X-Men one, but no, he's done a lot of comic book related ones. He's done Hellboy, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think that's probably where I've seen some of his other stuff too. But yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I've recognized his name, though.
There you go. There you go. So, last of the books at 32 whopping cents is the DC Showcase Collection Volume 4 of the Green Lantern. I mean, how can you go wrong?
What artist and writer team is it showcasing?
These stories of daring and fearlessness were written by John Broome, Gardner Fox, Mike Friedrich, and Dennis O'Neil, with art by Gil Kane, Dick Dillon, Mike Sikowski, Jack Sparling, Joe Giella, that's a new one, Giella, Sid Green, and Murphy Anderson, and other greats. Read it right off the back.
When was this from? Was this from the 60s?
That's
early
what
70s?
it looks like. Original copyright on the inside, 68, 69, 70. So late 60s Green Lantern collection. It's volume 4 of their black and white showcases. Couldn't pass that up for 32 cents.
No, those are awesome reads. I read a lot of Amazing Spider-Man backstory back in the day, reading those type of showcases, and then as a kid to see that stuff and to get it for cheap was just awesome to read so much story like that. So
I know. I always thought it was a great deal. That the cover price on this is $17, and I was like that when these were new. I was like, that's a great deal. Look at all the story you get. When you snag it for 32 cents.
Nice.
I mean, come on.
Nice. No, that adds to the collection.
So I think that's the end of books. Let's get into movies. Yes. The first 4 we're going to do are actually for Out My Building, which if you're a viewer of the show, you can know that Out My Building, I'm turning it into a time capsule. If you followed my Twitter, you saw I installed a VCR out there recently. So our first 4 are VHS movies that I've decided to add to my time capsule. It has to be a pretty standout 80s or maybe early 90s movie to put in there. And the first one is a movie I've never seen, and I've always wanted to. And we'll play our little game here with we're going to play with Rick, because we all know how Delvin is on the But Rick, what if I said to you Peter Weller but not RoboCop in its 80s?
Buckaroo Banzai.
That's correct. I've never seen it, and I'm going to watch it in its 80s glory on VHS on a 27-inch tube TV at my building in the very near future.
I want to be sitting next to you while you're watching that.
I want you to be there.
Oh, man. That one is...
Listen, Corona be damned. I need you to get on a plane and just come on and let's do this.
I'm going to give that a solid 8, because let me tell you, it has nostalgia value. It has some wacky stuff. Jeff Goldblum. I'm forgetting his name. Jeff Goldblum's in it.
John Lithgow.
The Kurgan's in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Clancy Brown.
I think Clancy Brown's in it too.
Wow, I didn't know he's not on the box.
I think he is.
Yeah. I see a character actor. Oh gosh, his last name is Schiavelli. I can't remember his first name. Delvin, you'd know him from Tomorrow Never Dies. He was the guy who was like, I could shoot you from Stuttgart, Mr. Bond.
Okay.
I'm just a professional doing my job.
Yes. Yeah, he plays one of the aliens too.
Aliens. Now I know there's aliens in this movie. I know nothing about this movie, but everybody says it's good.
It is wacky. It is.
Let's get to some more.
Wherever you go, there you are. No matter where you go, well, there you are.
I got to see this movie. All right. Let's get into some more of my VHS goodness for the time capsule. What if I told you 1989 was a big year for movies? There's some great ones in there. But what if I told you there was a 1989 sequel to a 1987 buddy cop movie?
Another 48 hours?
Is that Lethal Weapon?
Good guess, Delvin, but the correct answer goes to Rick. It is Lethal Weapon 2.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a duo. That's a duo right there.
I just recently rewatched Lethal Weapon 1. Just wife went out for a walk, I was like flipping through, turned it, saw it was on whatever, Netflix or something, watched it. Man, there's some things in that movie that are just really buried in the 80s. There's just some things I'm just watching going, Yeah, that used to be life in the 80s.
That was the 80s.
Wow, that was the 80s.
I distinctly remember seeing this at the movie theater in 1989. And just as a time capsule to you folks out there, 89 was Lethal Weapon 2, Batman, License to Kill, Ghostbusters 2, Indiana Jones 3. I mean, 89 was an incredible run of movies.
Diplomatic immunity
has just been revoked. Okay, so let's get to our next movie. I think this one is, another 1989.
Ooh.
What if I told you it was 1989 and it was a darn fine film by Mr. Jim Cameron?
89?
Yeah, that's the kicker.
I'm just saying it for humor value.
What are you saying?
Titanic.
Titanic was 90.
99, I think.
Yeah.
James Cameron.
Not Terminator 2. Terminator 2 is the Terminator 2 is 91.
Yeah.
I want to say. What happened before?
I don't know.
Terminator?
Go deeper. Go deeper. It's a hint, by the way. Go deeper.
Oh.
Delvin wins. Delvin wins.
Abyss. That's right. Yeah, forgot that one.
I added that to the VH. I thought it was good enough to add to my VHS time capsule. The Abyss.
Kicking myself that I didn't remember that one.
What up, burner account? Burner account, I got to catch you up on something you missed. One of the yard sale finds. Everything you see here today
Pretty in pink.
purchased at 32 cents a piece. So, burner, you're going to like that. That's a brand new, still sealed 2009-2010 Auburn Marching Band. That's for you, burner. He's our other War Eagle friend in the chat there, Delvin.
I'll say, by the way, I'm going a little low there. That was for Lethal Weapon 2. Actually, Lethal Weapon 2 about a 7 or an 8. I would say about 7.
Okay.
And I think Abyss probably about a 7 too. I need to do a rewatch. It might go up. It's been a while since I've seen Abyss, but
yeah. Abyss could be a bit of a haul because it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes or 2.5 hours, but it's one of those movies
it's like an extended Thunderball. That's what that is.
It's a lot of underwater
stuff.
Oh God, we have so many. This is gonna be a 4-hour show. I've got so many movies here, but let's get into the last VHS, still sealed, by the way. What if I told you it was 1989 again?
Really?
And it's one of the greatest sports movies ever made.
Field of Dreams.
It's very funny.
Oh, Major League.
Still sealed, buddy.
Got that one. Seen that movie way too many times.
I know. It's this.
I hate this in song.
Someone bought it and just never opened
it. Somebody bought it for $12.99 on sale and never opened it. And
Wild thing. You really moved me.
Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, Willie Mays Hayes, played by Wesley
Snipes.
The guy, remember the guy from the Islands, Serrano's Bats and Jobu? You know, that's the guy who does like those Allstate commercials now.
Dennis Haysbert.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Good movie.
Great.
Funny movie.
Oh.
I didn't know.
I didn't know. Oh my gosh, guys, the stack of DVDs is insane. I went to the library sale and the library was just unloading DVDs like nuts.
Like
I wouldn't even try for that one.
These?
I've got stacks and I'm pulling stacks.
Let's see.
And stacks.
I got Major League.
Major League is a solid 8 for you?
Solid 8 for me.
Guys, the amount of DVDs here is insane. I basically bought everything they had.
Good Lord, man.
Here we go. Let's get this rapid fire.
All right.
We won't even play it. I'll play the game every once in a while, but let's just get to these. Boom. Glory Road, 32 cents.
Never seen that one. Oh, wait. I know of it, but I've never seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody? Basketball films?
It's not Hoosiers.
It's not. But I've seen Glory Road. It's pretty good. It came out about the time as I think Coach Carter, and I remember liking Coach Carter a little better, but they're still, they're always fun, inspiring sports.
Sure.
When Harry Met Sally.
Classic comedy. Classic.
I didn't have it, so I was like, cool, I can add that to my DVD collection. Here you go, man. This is all you need right here for a fun weekend. How about a 4-film round out? Steven Seagal, in a bunch of bad movies. Flight of Fury, Out for a Kill, Shadow Man, Urban Justice.
Okay, first, all 3 word titles.
Yeah.
And I have never heard of any of them.
Now, I tell you what.
They're action classics.
It says so on the packaging. Honestly, the reason I did this is I have this buddy of mine, Jesse, who may show up on future show. I talked to him about it today, and he's interested because we yard sale together a lot. Mm-hmm. And we do this thing where when we get together for like a weekend, it's a ritual that we watch a bad Seagal movie. We just sit there and riff it Mystery Science Theater style. So we're excited about this.
There you go.
I understand. Right, I completely understand. But for me to be able to riff this with my buddy Jesse is going to totally make it for me. All right, guys. I don't even know where to begin. Guess we'll begin over here. I got a bunch of Westerns. In fact, I might just do a grab of a few of them just to go kind of rapid fire. Old-timey Westerns. I got King of the Rangers, which is a serial. And Delvin and I have sort of gotten into serials on Saturday Matinee Theater.
Right. That can be interesting. Anybody interesting in that?
Let's see. It's a Republic series of 12 chapters. It's got Sammy Baugh. Sammy Baugh is the star. Slinging Sammy Baugh, the football sensation.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's also in a Western.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Western serial. It's got 12 chapters, I think.
That could be
1941.
That could be fun.
And let's just move on because there's so many. This is probably an indie film that nobody's ever heard of. Little independent film. I know I stepped out of the Westerns, but it was just sitting there by itself, so I want to get off the table. And the funny thing is, I didn't have this movie on my Plex server, so I'm about to.
Yeah.
What do you know about The High and Mighty, starring John Wayne?
I've heard of that one, but good. It's a John Wayne film, so you know what you're going to get.
Yeah. I got to admit, I'm not the hugest John Wayne fan, and I don't mean that in the way that we do it. I'm not the biggest fan of, which means I don't like him. He's fine. I just don't seek out John Wayne a lot, but
I'm there with you.
There you go. What do you know about Lash LaRue? And the Law of the Lash, 1947 film.
That doesn't sound like a Western. I'll say that.
Starring Lash LaRue.
That sounds. Nope.
But I do love going back and watching these old movies that I haven't heard of.
Just something in the background?
I do like just to kind of see them as a time capsule. And then I'm going to be honest with you, in the flipping market on eBay, kind of the rule is the more obscure the movie is, the better price you're going to get because somebody out there is looking for this bad boy because they're not easy to find.
Sure, right. Supply and demand.
So, speaking of Westerns, Louis L'Amour's The Iron Marshal. I know Louis L'Amour is a very prolific Western writer.
I've recognized that name, but nope, never heard of that one either.
Yeah, it's got Matthew Settle is the star. So I don't know.
Nope.
What do you know about
that Bill Black would know about Lash LaRue?
Oh yes, Bill Black would have been a great person for this episode because he'd know a lot about these things. If you guys don't know about the great talented artist Bill Black, he did the comic book Femme Force, and just in his youth, he's just such a cowboy guy. He loves to draw cowboys. If you see him at a con, he's the friendliest guy you'll ever meet, and get him to draw a cowboy for you. You won't regret it. The Painted Desert. This one I've heard of. William Boyd and Clark Gable. No, but I've never seen it.
It's not Paint Your Wagon, so I don't know it.
That one I'm familiar with as well.
That's a great one.
All right. What do you know about Richard Chamberlain in King Solomon's Mines?
Wow, I've heard of that. I've heard of that movie.
I've seen it.
I've never seen it, though.
I've seen it and its sequel.
How is it?
They're not bad. They're fun little adventure movies. I mean,
okay,
they're kind of in the spirit of Indiana Jones. The female lead, by the way, is Sharon Stone. I know she was in the second one. She might not be the lead on this one. I'd have to look on the back.
I want to say
nope, it's Sharon Stone. That's her.
I want to say maybe We Hate Movies did a review of one of those.
Yeah, they did King Solomon's Mines, and then the sequel was Alan Quatermain and the Lost City of Gold, and they're just kind of fun little.
Okay, all right.
And
you need to check those ones out.
It's funny that John said in the comments, Indiana Jones ripoff, which in a way it is. They were kind of cashing in on the popularity of Indiana Jones, but in a way, the original Alan Quartermain inspired Indiana Jones. So it's kind of a ripoff of a ripoff. And speaking of which, let's see. I might be able to bring all this together, depending on how quickly I can find this, and maybe I won't. Now, apparently it's still in the bag. I have that many movies. We'll get back to that. Put a pin in it. Gene Hackman and the French Connection.
Ah, now that one I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good 10.
All right.
Especially that chase scene at the end. It is spectacular. If nothing else, you need to just watch that chase scene at the end.
That's what it's famous for. Mm-hmm. And I've seen it before, and I was like, it was middle of the road on it, but I it's been years, so I need to watch it again. French Connection. Delvin, I found a movie you've seen. 12 O'Clock High.
From Rotsy.
Yes, this was mandatory viewing. This and Glory were mandatory viewing in our ROTC curriculum.
Really?
College. Yep. Part of actual curriculum. It has a lot of good leadership lessons in it, and Gregory Peck is really good in this movie.
Well, it's great.
I'm watching it again as a refresher. I remember the ending of it.
What a cool movie!
It's Gregory Peck. I mean, come on.
I mean, Lloyd gave this a 3. Come on, Lloyd. Come on, man. Come on.
Looking at some of Lloyd's ratings come by, I would think that most of his high number keys are broken.
Thinking that too.
It's like 1, 3.
I think
he's too lazy. He's got the 10 key here, and he just doesn't want to lean forward to get the higher numbers.
I think because Lloyd is a fellow bargain hunter, I think what's happening is these 32-cent gems are breaking his heart. He's just being a hater. He's just hate.
We need that. We need that hate card here.
Hate. All right. How about Yellowstone Kelly, starring Clint Walker? Another Western. It got the whole Warner Brothers archive treatment, so that's always a good sign.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure, but never heard of it.
Yeah. These are the things I love. I love finding out just these little gems I'd never heard of. And some of them are a bust. Some of them like, that wasn't so good. But more often than not, I'm like, it was pretty good. Oh, boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Original. OG, baby.
OG. This is like apparently did like a launch like movie or maybe like was it like a 90-minute? I don't know, it's 2 hours and 5 minutes. So what I'm thinking was like the first episode was extra long.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we need Van Plexico here, because he knows.
There he is. There's Lloyd. There he goes.
Lloyd's like, I can prove to you. So I know it was a TV show, but like I said, it says on the back this is 2 hours and 5 minutes, and I'm like, did they have a really long premiere episode or?
Lauren Green, Dirk Benedict.
Yeah.
Boy, that's the ones I can really remember off the top of my head. Good stuff.
That's a good score. This one I think will get different degrees of excitement from different people, but we've got some Chuck Norris combo. Good guys wear black and a force of 1.
But Chuck Norris hasn't broken open the seal on that yet. What's up with that?
Still sealed. $2. Jarrod Ulrich, the art sale artist, does not pay asking price. Okay, no.
I've never heard of either of those two, and
yeah,
go ahead, go wrap those on up there with the Steven Seagal. It's better than the Steven Seagal, but that's in the same pile right there.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be some 80s cheesy fun. Yeah. What do you guys know about Humphrey Bogart and the Treasure of Sierra Madre? Those eyes are glossing over. I don't know.
Boy. I'm gonna go somewhere in there. We don't do halvesies.
78.
I'm gonna go 7. I'll go 7 on that one.
All right.
But yeah,
look at that.
Good old
That's
Bogart.
one of those ones where I just love the art. I mean, the art.
Yeah, I would take that as a painting and get it on the wall.
Oh, look at that. That's just whoever painted that that's stellar.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been given the sweet disc slip case. Oof. And I'm like, if it's worth a wonderful packaging, it might be a good movie. So we've come full circle. Remember King Solomon's Mines, the ripoff of Indiana Jones?
Some Indiana Jones movie here?
King Solomon's yours?
We've got King Solomon's Mines, 1937.
The original.
Oh.
The original, 1937. That looks cool to me.
Who's in that one?
It's Paul Robeson, not to be confused with Clinton Robeson down in the basement. Cedric Hardwick and Roland Young. It's definitely looks interesting to me.
That might be a fun little double feature night.
Yeah, watch the first one and the second one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I got a wartime classic for you, boys. I've seen this one a couple times.
Tora. Ooh.
Seen that one a couple times.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a long movie, too. I remember that.
Long movie.
I want to say it's like
I'm wondering at this point, like apparently Rick has spent a lot of his time watching movies, and I have spent a lot of my time not watching movies.
I'll try to find something you've seen here, but it's going to be hard.
That's not judgment. Like that's why I specifically mentioned just not watching movies as opposed to getting chicks or something. I did.
You guys can watch movies. I'm going to get the chicks.
Yeah. It was choices I made. Also, I found out that when I was going through college, I was doing all my college at night, and I became a master of the syllabus. And one of the things I did was I got through as many of the required classes as I could right away. And then after I got that done, I really scoured all the syllabus to find those classes that would count and that were film classes or play classes. I got a 300 level 4 credit hour class on Japanese animation. It was reading manga and watching anime.
Oh, good for you.
I went to so many film classes and I learned how to really appreciate, what makes a good film, what makes a bad film, how to really critique films. So in order for us to appreciate what a good film is, you have to appreciate what a bad film is and still find out why this film might have been created. So
I'm with you on that. I like to watch old film and just to see, how things have progressed. And there's jewels in there. Now, Delvin, you've never seen this movie. I'm going to tell you that right now. Well, I'm being presumptive, but it's John Wayne and Kirk Douglas. But I think you're going to like the title. It's called The War Wagon. Not to be confused with the Battle Wagon.
Battle Wagon.
But I mean, John Wayne and Kirk Douglas with pistolas? That's got to be fun.
That'd be interesting. We recently the other night watched 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Speaking of Kirk Douglas.
Nice. You gotta love some Kirk Douglas underwater. Okay, guys. I'm hoping Rick has something for me on this, and I guess I won't count out Delvin. He comes through with the weirdest things every once in a while. But I've heard of this film, never seen it. Silent Running, starring Bruce Dern.
Nope. That's a new one on me. No.
It's a sci-fi classic. That's what it says on the box. It's 1971. Who's seen it? Anybody in the chat can help me with Silent Running. Let us know.
No.
Let us know. Apparently, it's good.
Green Lantern. Green Lantern. It's good, but it's not Battle Wagon.
It's not Battle Wagon. What can be, really? Burner account's got question marks. We don't know either, buddy.
Apparently, I can do that click thing, too. That's nice.
I was going to say that Lloyd says it's a 4 and not that good, but, I mean, he's given everything 3s and 4s at this point. So
he's down high on something. He gave something a 9, even though I forgot because you've had a lot of movies in this hall.
Yeah, we are about halfway through the hall.
Hang in there, Delvin. Hang in there.
I'll speed some of these up. We've got another one of these archive collection Warner Brother Westerns called Viva Villa.
Nope.
Nothing on that. But
that's a fabulous cover.
Isn't it? You can tell it's the library. It's got the library barcode on it. I bought it at the library sale. But Viva Villa.
Long live the house. All right.
We got a double feature of Wild Bill Elliott films. One called Calling Wild Bill Elliott, and the other one called Border Gunfighters. I got nothing.
Nope.
But again, I'm sure there's Western collectors out there looking for that. Guys.
That's the one I need.
Guys.
Inner Space. Is that the copy you watched the other night?
It is. Delvin, seen it?
No.
Ooh.
It has been a minute since I've seen it. I'm gonna go there. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Come on. Look at it harder.
Wait, hang on. Martin Short's in that?
Oh, but Dennis Quaid. Bring it back.
Oh wait, Sally Field.
No Sally Field. No.
What?
Meg
Ryan. Wrong American Sweetheart.
That's nice comeback.
Bad Rick.
It's a Joe Dante film, by the way. Joe Dante always makes fun films.
I could see her in my mind, and I just wrong person.
You know what? Speaking of Meg Ryan, let's just go ahead and jump to Joe versus the Volcano.
That's your third Meg Ryan in this haul.
Is it? What was the other one?
Harry Met Sally.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
3 Meg Ryans.
Yeah.
Joe versus the Volcano. I love this movie unabashedly.
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
That's a quote from the movie, I'm guessing.
Let's just throw a couple more Westerns up here. Ken Maynard double feature. Wild Wind Horseman and Alias the Bad Man. And while we're throwing these up,
how can you go wrong with a Maynard film?
And let's go with this here as well.
Rangers
Roost. Also
Wrangler.
I'm sorry, Wrangler's Roost. And this has got Ray Crash Corrigan in it.
Hey, he was on one of the Flash Gordons, right?
You got that right. Delvin's got the connection. He played the guy in the horned ape, whatever they orangapod.
The orangapod. Yes.
Oh,
where is Gunsmoke?
We've got another serial called The Phantom of the West, starring Tom Tyler. I like old serials. I've learned that from watching them with Delvin on Saturday Matinee Theater. So another archive.
Settle down in the chat.
I gotta put GLHG on the big board. Lloyd is not impressed with these old westerns. This is what I've learned.
He gave him a 3.
And John's right.
I give him credit. At least he's real about it, though. You know, not everyone's a Western guy.
Yeah.
Bill Black would know all these. And I may, if you guys remind me at the end, and you're interested, I've got my art collection books down here to the right. I'll pull up my Bill Black commission he did for me and show you guys. It's really great. Another archive collection called Wild Bill Elliott.
All right.
Again, if it gets the archive treatment, I'm usually pretty excited about it because they tend to put the better stuff on there. But I don't know.
And this is back in the old school where they had the film studios and they just crank these things out. You're on set, you're dressed as a cowboy, you're jumping set to set.
Yep.
And here's the story. We're filming.
Mm-hmm.
I was just about to say that, all Westerns are pretty much the same story, but at the same time, like, if it's a Western on and you're inclined to watch it, you're going to watch it because it's a Western.
Yeah.
It's movie comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's a good way to put it. Movie comfort food. I got a couple of complete series here because they did a lot of these, in early television.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this one is Whispering Smith, starring Audie Murphy, war hero / movie star, and Overland Trail.
Lloyd's got something coming up here.
Oh, Lloyd. Lloyd. And this might be the end of the old Westerns. Let me see.
Hey, Miranda.
Western Mail with Tom King. I know nothing about it.
I laugh because, I heard you say Western Mail before I saw how it was spelled. And the first thing I caught on to was the pretty boy in the cover. I'm like, oh.
We moved out of Westerns and we went to the romance.
Oh, wait. I got one more old Western. It's called A Lust to Kill with Allison Hayes and Don McGowan.
Still could be a romance.
Could be. I don't know, but like she looks like she's about. She's got that look in her eye. She's got that.
That is a
aura.
that is a well placed barcode right there.
Yes, it is. Got to keep the show for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So
Miranda can discuss romances.
All right. Well, good. I don't have a lot of romances in this stack, but I do have Casanova's Big Night. I'm a sucker for anything with Bob Hope in it.
Bob Hope?
And I've never seen this Bob Hope movie, which is rare for me because I've seen a ton of them.
Really?
So I'm looking forward to that. And my son, Jordan, got that from me as well. I got it from my parents. My parents were Hope fans. It's just in the Albrecht family blood, I guess.
I don't know, man. I ain't much on Casanova.
You and Romeo ever been friends?
Wasn't that your middle name?
we're ripping on a song. Don't worry. We're just
sorry. I'll step over here.
And
I had another joke. I'll let you guys do your joke.
We already did it. It's done.
Jokes.
Let's talk about a little bit of classic television, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
What you know about the Rat Patrol seasons 1 and 2?
Nothing. But
Delvin, come on, you're my TV guy. Nothing. I remember this being
TV when I was born, more than likely. I'm guessing Rat Patrol. That seems more wartime-ish.
It
is.
I'm gonna guess
World War II there.
It's a World War II TV series, but I want to say it aired in the late 70s.
Oh, 70s?
Kind of on par with MASH or before then?
64 to 6. I'm sorry, 66
before.
to 68. So I was off by a decade. Rat Patrol.
Nothing on that one.
I think John's got the whole thing summed up right there.
Desert Tanks and Jeeps.
There you go. Hey, wait. Everybody stop what you're doing. Lloyd's got positive feedback. He's got Craig Zablo's in the chat. He's a Rat Patrol.
Serious show.
Rat Patrol kind of guy.
That sounds interesting.
Let's go with let's keep this wartime theme going up. How about a Clark Gable movie called Command Decision?
That sounds leadership-y.
It does. It does. So obviously a wartime flick.
Yep, haven't seen that one.
Henry Fonda, Robert Shaw in Battle of the Bulge.
Two great actors.
I'm thinking this might come together.
I think so. I could see it. I'd watch that one.
I totally am going to.
Come on, you know who Robert Shaw is.
Oh, I know who Robert Shaw is. Delvin's going to need a reminder, though. I'll give you a reminder when you come over here and kiss my foot.
Oh.
That's Robert Shaw from Russia with Love.
Got it.
All right.
We need a bigger boat.
I snagged 2 movies that I've only seen on Mystery Science Theater, but these are the regular versions. Rocket Ship XM with Lloyd Bridges, which people say is actually a pretty good 50s sci-fi movie on its own, and 12 to the Moon. Like I said, I've seen the Mystery Science Theater versions, never just sat down and purely watched them.
Those would be good. That'd be interesting to see.
It's a very classic 50s sci-fi.
Haven't watched those ones.
Again, only Mystery Science Theater versions to me. Our stack is dwindled, boys. We have just a few movies left. Delvin, maybe a movie you've seen. Dun dun dun.
I'm sure I'll take Commando at some point.
Good. Everybody look at it.
Have y'all echoed that yet?
We did an action film face-off with this. We did an action film face-off with this versus Jet Li in the one, and it was our first ever straight-up tie, and we had Jordan had watched them. Jordan got to cast the vote. And John, I think you're right. I think John did guess that Commando was going to show up about 20 minutes ago. Burner account knows what we're talking about. Burner account knows what's up. It is a must-have. It really is.
Yep.
I mean, it's like the cheesy 80s action goodness that you crave.
Oh, yeah.
You crave it.
I need to rewatch that one, too.
All right. Here's another one that I've heard of. It's got Elliot Gould and James Brolin, but I've never seen it, called Capricorn 1.
I've heard of that one, too.
I believe it has the Juice in it, too, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, the Juice. O.J. Simpson is in this.
Oh, yeah, he did used to be a movie star before,
that other thing.
We call them the Troubles.
The Troubles is good.
Miranda
it wasn't good, but you get my point.
My friend Miranda says it's so horrible it's good. I don't know if she's talking Commando still, though. I think she's talking Commando. I don't think it's Capricorn 1. But Zablo has checked in from, he's watching on Twitter, and he says he loves it. I've never seen it, Craig. So, of course, we got Lloyd, whose opinion I'm not sure I can trust yet. Says gives it a 4, but I'll get back to him. Maybe he's right. I don't know.
Maybe. I'd be interested in that one.
Guys,
I've heard of it, though.
If you're not scoring this 8s and above, then we're not going to be friends.
Boy.
History of the World, Part 1.
Yep. Yes, I watched that movie way too often when I was way too young.
Yes. It's one of those movies I saw when I was a kid, and I was like, it's so funny. You watch as an adult, and I was like, why the hell did someone let me watch this?
Because you didn't know what you were watching.
No, I did not.
It was harmless.
Love QuickTime March.
Which will bring us to a quick sidebar. We only have a handful of movies left, but a quick sidebar. What's your favorite Mel Brooks film?
I'd have to say favorite, Blazing Saddles, best, Young Frankenstein.
I think that's a very good way to put it. Yeah. Delvin, you got a lot of Mel Brooks?
I watch Spaceballs the most.
Oh, Spaceballs is good. That's overlooked.
Spaceballs is good. Spaceballs, though, every time I go back to it doesn't hold up. Like it slowly kind of comes down a bit. It's like it's not holding up as well as I wanted to. I almost don't want to watch it again because I love my memories of Spaceballs and I'd like to keep them.
See that. I think you're right. I think I did treasure it more when I was about 13.
Yeah.
But what's great about it is I watch it now with Jordan, who's 14, and he's loving it. So it's like it's doing its job, you know.
I can see that.
In fact, I let Jordan watch Alien just so he would get the joke because he was like, I want to watch Spaceballs. Like, we gotta watch Alien. We gotta watch Alien first.
Plus, it's another one of those. All of a sudden, you realize that's a good John Candy film, and it's like you almost forget that John Candy's in that role.
I'm a Mog. I'm my own best friend.
Half man, half dog. All right, here's another 80s film that got by me. I know of it. So Millennium.
That's an interesting film.
I'm interested in thoughts and opinions. I know of it. I've seen it. I mean, the box and stuff, but I've never watched the movie.
It's an interesting sci-fi film. I think it's very ambitious, and I think it wants to be something really big and interesting. But I think it doesn't necessarily work. I remember I've read the short story on it as well, and I think I enjoyed the short story a little more.
Okay. Yeah, Craig Zablo's giving it an eh.
Yeah. It was a TV show too. It was a TV show.
I didn't know that. I know of the song Millennium by Robbie Williams.
Courtney graduated high school in the Millennium.
There you go. Now we know how old Courtney is. Delvin and I came close to graduating college in the Millennium.
That's true.
We graduated in 99. I don't know. Has anybody ever seen this? Exactly.
It's an infamous movie.
It's more than famous. It's infamous. Come on.
I'll give it a nostalgia kick. I'll give it a nostalgia kick.
Lloyd, if I don't get more than a 7 from you on this, we're no longer friends.
Lloyd gives it a 10. Courtney gives it 1,000.
Lloyd, my man, Lloyd came through for me. Oh, Miranda over on Facebook is in on one of her all-time favorite movies. I mean, you can't go wrong.
It's a good one. It's a classic. It definitely left a mark on a lot of people.
You see that plane flying up there? That's a mail plane. I can tell from the little balls.
You shot the invisible swordsman.
We all fired up.
And I gotta tell you, I'm remembering all that stuff, and I don't think I've seen it since the early 90s.
It's worth a rewatch, buddy. I've actually seen this movie. It's a Anthony Quinn film called Lost Command. It's quite good. It's basically about this guy who really all he knows is the military. So he's kind of a mercenary, always looking for the next adventure. And it was pretty good. It's definitely filmed in sort of that James Bond era. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it was shot at Pinewood. It's got that feel to it. And look at that cover art. That's painted. It's so good.
I've got good news for you. You got a trophy.
I did.
Yeah.
No, Chola did.
No, but remember, you said
that they're all mine.
Don't
all yours.
Move on.
Six DVDs left. Okay, another one I've never seen, but I've heard good things. Amos and Andrew.
Wow. I may have seen that one time. I am really trying to remember a lot about that one.
It's Nick Cage.
I'm gonna bet at some point the word mother.
The odds are good.
At least once. Or
I am not even going to pull out my wallet to put money on that bet.
I don't know. I've heard good things. Never seen it. Not to be confused with The Lost Command. We have another military movie that I've seen that I think is really good. It's called The Lost Patrol. It's got Boris Karloff in it.
Wow.
I have to recommend this to people who may not have seen it. It's not terribly long. I want to say it's maybe an hour, back when movies were 72 minutes. And it is literally about this patrol that kind of gets lost out in the desert, and they find this little, what's the word? Oasis. And the bad guys find them and surround them. And it's more of a cerebral, like they're kind of, some of them are losing their minds, because it's just every day somebody gets picked off and they're just stuck in the middle of this desert hoping someone finds them, type of a deal. Very intense.
I'd be interested in
a little movie.
I'm going to check that one out.
This sounds like what's that Liam Neeson movie, Surrounded by the Wolves?
Oh, the Gray? Something like that.
That's what that sounds like.
I got actually a Blu-ray, which is rare for my library finds. But it's called Veracruz. I've never seen it, but it stars Gary Cooper and Burt Lancaster, and those two guys wielding pistols.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
It says good times to me,
and on a Blu-ray too. All right,
I see Beatty chatting with Delvin on the stream, and it's pretty funny. All right, last three. Oh, I can't recommend this enough. If you've never seen The Wild Geese, look at it.
Roger Moore
and Richard Harris and Richard Burton. Let me be honest with you. This is the 30th anniversary of it. When it was originally made, the real star of the film is Richard Burton. But by the 30th anniversary, I think the world was more enamored with Roger Moore.
Moore. I would love to know if Roger Moore did any action scenes.
I'm guaranteeing there was a stuntman involved somewhere. But this is a cool little commando mercenaries type of film. I know they go down to Africa to save a politician down there, and it's a good one.
Ooh, John Beatty might get banned from this.
He might have to get banned. Yeah, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see it. Gave it a hate. A hate. All right, last two, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. I know it was a big haul this time. Here's one for the books, Close Encounters.
Yeah.
I like it. I think this is one I've seen a couple times. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of with you, Rick. Kind of an 8. There are people out there that are like, it's a must see.
I think it is a must see, but there's must see movies that still may not be highly rated. It's just you need to see it because it's very important, especially just kind of in how we've built up science fiction and a lot of the science fiction tropes. And I think that is one of the films that stands a lot of it on its head.
Yeah. I think that's well put. Though I think the way I'd put it is I do think it is sort of a must-see cinema, but it's not a big rewatchable.
No, I can see that.
Let's be honest. Like this, if you put this in Commando with Schwarzenegger, which is somewhere in the stack, this is a better movie than Commando. Like, objectively. But like, you want to watch
Commando's. Yeah, Commando's more rewatchable. But end of the day, you don't need to see Commando. You should see Commando. You don't need to see it, but I think you would need to see Close Encounters.
I think that's fair. There's some just terrible things in the chat going on. Roger Moore.
There's a discussion with Roger Moore.
Beatty and I's friendship is it's got a sword of Damocles holding right over it. All right, guys, last one. And I want to reiterate this. I saved it for last because I just tickled pink at 32 cents. Still sealed, complete collection. The complete collection. Still sealed. 32 cents.
Oh.
Look at the art on that box, too.
It's the complete collection, so this is going to be average, I would say. And that might be a high average, but I'll go with that.
Oh, I give this a 10 all day, even though I know there are some low points in the franchise. Yeah. There's a couple that are like, but I mean, come on.
I like that. So are you keeping that, or are you going to try to flip that one, especially since it's sealed?
I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be a flip because I do have them all already on my server. So there's no need really, but dude, sealed.
32 cents.
32 cents.
I want to hear later on what your selling price on that one was. Huh?
Yeah, you can always check back with me on those things. Evil Knievel was, I think, $9.99. Somebody bought it with a buy it now for $10. That one I was just giving you crud for I know, but no, I know you think I'm teasing you, but I'm genuinely as shocked as you were. I was just like, somebody gave me $10 for this.
Take my money.
Oh man, that's it. That's everything. I thought 45 minutes. It ended up being 20 minutes longer than that. So sorry about that, fellas.
You owe me dinner. I'm hungry.
I do owe you dinner. If you call the soy garlic wings place, what's it called?
Mm-hmm. Why am I blanking on it? Soul Food.
If you call Soul Food and you ask them for some wings,
yes,
there will be some there for you. Those are from me.
Oh, nice.
There will be a holding fee when you go pick it up. It's strangely the same price as the wings. But,
if I carry the one, wait a minute.
So I'll ask one thing. I'll ask people in the chat before we say goodbye. We went through a ton of movies, and there's no way you can remember all the ones that we just saw. And I'll ask the same thing to my guests while people in the chat are answering. Of all the movies and all the DVDs that we went through, which one stuck with you the most? That you were like, that was pretty sweet.
Pretty sweet. I think that Dirty Harry collection, that's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
The ones, and I probably should have made a list as we were going through it, but the ones I wrote down at the end there is Lost Patrol and Wild Geese. I want to check those two out. Okay. But there were a couple others that I think were in there that also sounded a little interesting to me.
All right. If you're down for watching digital copies of films, I know a guy who can get those movies to you. Or maybe I don't. All right. Delvin, what stood out to you? And then I'll check with people in the chat.
Probably Commando, and that is probably the most famous one. But then also 12 O'Clock High because it brought back some ROTC stuff.
It's a good movie. That's one of those movies I hadn't seen until ROTC, and I was like, pretty good. Let's get some folks in the chat. We got Courtney talking about Casablanca. We've got GLHG with the Three Amigos. Lloyd's liking him some Abyss. Courtney's liking some Rick. Congratulations.
Hey.
and Miranda's wants to watch the ones that were on Mystery Science Theater standalones.
Then I would watch Mitchell.
Mitchell, hell yeah, Mitchell.
The sandwich.
John Beatty's likes the first. I think the first Dirty Harry was perhaps the best one. Although there are some others I enjoy.
Go down to GL's comment there you go.
I would say Delvin has probably seen Commando. He's probably seen Three Amigos. Probably picked up a Dirty Harry movie somewhere, I would imagine, at some point. Maybe not. If not, the next time we get together, we can And there's another podcast series, Delvin. If we do Rookie Archaeologist and take you through Indiana Jones, we can do Rookie Detective and take you through.
We can do an anthology of shit that I haven't seen.
That's the name of the podcast. Delvin's shit I haven't seen. We got it.
Of where the vast majority of the comments will be, how did you not watch this? Like, look, shut up.
And then Delvin's come back with us. Why the hell would you waste your time watching this?
I love it. I think we got a whole new podcast going. It's just things Delvin hasn't seen. I gotta say though, Delvin knows a heck of a lot more than most people, including myself, about TV. Very sharp on TV shows from the 80s, especially. He's a TV guy. He's a TV kid.
Watched a lot of TV. Didn't watch a lot of movies. We had cable, but didn't do when I was going to the rental stores to pick up like cheap Nintendo games to play. Not movies to watch for the most part.
It was more about renting games, but I had to put this comment up.
That is funny.
From our friend Kirk.
That's pretty funny. That's good. That's
good. If you like, go ahead, make my day. Go ahead, make my day.
Make my day.
Go ahead, make my day.
Miranda's down for this podcast.
Shit, Delvin hasn't seen.
She wants to hear this podcast.
No, I just know that going to college, I had a place that I shared with two other guys. We were all into movies. I had a big movie collection. We had cable, so I'd come home from school and from work, and like they'd be watching something, and then I'd have like get together with some friends, and we do bad movie night. We get like 3 or 4 bad movies, a bunch of drinks, see how far we could get, and we saw way too many Burt Reynolds movies doing that. Let me tell you.
Well, according to Lloyd, I've got about 6 months worth of bad movie night.
God,
I like bad movie night too. So that's why I like the Seagulls, especially past his prime. Seagal. Oh, me and Jesse watch those and just die laughing, and we rip them, and oh my goodness.
See, and once my daughter was born, it's like I stopped doing that. Haven't done the bad movies in a while. I miss that. I miss that a lot. But.
Yep, indeedy. I can't wait to watch Buckaroo Banzai on my VHS player.
I want to be there and see that with you. That would be fun.
I tell you, virus be damned. Get on a plane. Let's do this. I gotta fly all the way to Australia to watch Tremors with Paul Hicks because I've never seen Tremors, and it's his like big thing.
You're really tempting me. I got some airline miles to burn.
I got a place for you. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for spending over an hour just looking at dumb crap that I bought. Thanks everybody in the chat for chipping in. You guys are always fun. You guys make this fun. It's just a fun diversion. And I'm hitting another yard sale tomorrow morning. There's a big Friday morning yard sale to town 15 miles north of me. I'm going to go check that out. Then, of course, there's the regular Saturday yard sale scene. So odds are I'll be back next week with another episode of what we found, unless I come up with nothing, which would be sad. But thank you, Rick, for being here. Rick, remind everybody where they can find you if you want to pimp something.
Well, me and my 6-gun shooting friend, Jeff, we do a little podcast called Unpacking the Power Pack, where we talk about the most underrated comic of the 80s, Power Pack. You can find us dropping an episode once every other week, and we drink beer, talk about Power Pack, and my daughter does the sound effects. So there you go.
Good times. Delvin, plug yourself and the Long Box Crusade Network.
That's where you'll find me, podcast land anyways. Long Box Crusade all over the place. Rick, yes?
And check out Delvin's excellent appearance on Fire and Water Records.
Yep, I was just on Fire and Water Records. I talked about Stone Temple Pilots today, so if you're musically inclined, go listen to that. It was a lot of fun doing that. But yeah, Long Box Crusade all over the podcast world there. And if you want me to find me on Twitter, DEE_RAY1977.
There you go. Thanks for being here, everybody. If you haven't already given a subscription to this here Yard Sale Artist channel on YouTube, please do. Please like the video. Thanks to everyone, no matter where you watched it, be it Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, on Twitter. We just appreciate it. Thanks for spending a little time with us and our silly antics and talking movies. And we'll do it again soon. So with that, bye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.